Welcome to Epic Stock Due Diligence. Please subscribe at youtube.com/EpicStockDD. Thank you.
Hey everyone, Ed here, back again, and I got a guest today. And nobody said a guest had to be a person. Now, this particular animal right here, he is legal to own, even though he does resemble a bobcat, possibly a lynx, the Canadian version of a bobcat. But what I want to talk about today is overcoming. It's I guess you would say, kind of a psychological hurdle for a lot of traders, and it's the price per share of .001. So often you'll hear traders, especially when you're dealing with pink sheets and the bottom of the barrel OTC securities, you'll hear the term trips or trip zips or triple zeros. Now what a triple zero is a stock that's priced in the .0001 through .0009 price per share range. So that's 3 zeros, and that's how they get the term trip zip or triple zero, or those terms associated with them. So what often happens, a lot of people, especially traders with unethical intent, will identify these triple zero stock plays, and they'll look for the ones, and you may have watched my other video, stock share structure, where I explain at a high level what share structure is. What they'll look for are these triple zero plays that probably just a sleeper type play. Maybe a company that, well, I mean, obviously it's still active, but as far as putting out press releases and performing activities that are visible to the public, they're probably not doing that. So what a lot of pumpers will do, they'll take these triple zero plays that have good share structure. Now keep in mind, share structure is one of the factors that enables a stock to easily move. If a stock has poor share structure, it would take billions of volume to uptick a significant amount. But a triple zero play with good share structure could easily run into double zeros, which are .001 through .009, even into penny land. Penny land, of course, being 1 cent, which is .01. So they often look for these plays that are triple zeros, and they craft these elaborate stories. Now keep in mind, these pumpers, they're more than likely front-loaded, which means that they knew that they were going to pump fictitious ticker symbol XYZ, so they bought millions of shares on the cheap. Could have been .001 price per share. You know, they spent $200 before commission. They got 2 million shares, which 2 million shares isn't a lot. More realistically, these people were probably buying 50, 100, a few hundred million worth of shares before a pump. So that's what they'll do. Now, with this, often what will happen, let's just take a stock that's .001 on the ask and no bid, and then they pump it. This stock may get to .002, which at that point, there's going to likely be a bid of .001. So people that were stuck in this play prior to this pump, they may identify that as an opportunity to exit. So maybe they got in at .001, maybe they got in higher, but this is their opportunity to get out because the bid's at least back temporarily, and they can try to exit their position. So you'll see a lot of people selling when these stocks that have been dormant for a long time ignite with volume, because they want to get out. They don't want to hold on to that anymore. They may have been holding that bag for weeks, months, years for that matter. But then, if the pump is well orchestrated, this could easily break through, break through the .002 on the .002 on the ask, and maybe even uptick to .003 on the ask, and then possibly get a bid of .002. Now this is where people start to get a little bit interested, because most of these pumps, especially these pumps that are .001 on the ask stocks, most of them seldom get past .002 on the ask. If they get past .005, they're really going to raise some attention. And if they get, and this is the main purpose of this video, if they get to .001, then they really get some attention. Now what I'm saying by getting attention, keep in mind there's so many stocks out there, every trader is not aware of every stock that's moving. But when people do their screens, and you can check out my other video where I was explaining the screener tool on otcmarkets.com, the screener tool that's currently free, people can go in there, use their other screening tools at the end of a trading day and look for jumps. So someone may be screening for stocks that that the day prior were 0001, and now maybe they're at 0003. So there's all different types of screens. And certain traders, most traders, don't even care about these trip zero plays because they've been there, done that, and they've seen that most of these 000 plays often crash as quickly, if not more quickly than they rise, and typically go back to no bid. But the ones that get to 001, 001 is a new psychological level in the mind of most traders, because 001 triggers the signals rather that stock has made it out of 000 range. You know, maybe even if maybe this isn't just a well orchestrated pump, maybe there's some verifiable news that's about to come down the pipe. So often those, once they hit 001, you'll see all the way up to 005 or so somewhat quickly for most of them. And then once you hit 005, penny land is typically right around the corner. And that's when it's really that's when it really gets interesting, because typically these stocks that hit a penny, that's when, if there is something, or people believe there is something substantial and verifiable coming down the pipe, that's when you may see hedge funds start buying. Now these are large institutions with very, very, very large bank accounts, and they typically don't buy junk. At least they don't buy something they think is junk. So when you see that coming in, that's when these stocks, and this isn't, like I said, this is not an everyday occurrence. Most of the time, expect to lose 100% of every speculative investment. But when and if this happens, when the hedge funds start buying, that's when it gets crazy. And I mean crazy as in, okay, we're going from a penny to a nickel to a dime, maybe even past a quarter. I've seen it happen. And that's when you're that's when you're sitting there and you're seeing these huge, you're watching your level 2 quotes, and you're seeing these huge block buys coming through, just bam, bam, bam. And that's when you get excited. And that is what makes penny stocks so much fun. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed already, I encourage you to do so. It's youtube.com/EpicStockDD. So subscribe if you haven't. Share this video. Share all my videos with others. And if you would like, feel free to check out my book. I've got a link within this video's description and on the main page of youtube.com/EpicStockDD, kind of there in that logo section, it says buy my book. It's available in the Apple iTunes store, and feel free to check it out. It's just a few bucks. Probably something you may enjoy. Y'all have a good day.